How you doing today, guys? Today I want to talk to you a little bit about some new ratchets I got. But before we get too far into the video, I just want to share a story that happened a few minutes ago. I was filming the video, you know, and it usually takes me a few times to get going with my opening. And all of a sudden I hear something going on in the room behind the garage here. And I eventually, it's getting so loud, I'm like, what is my wife doing back there? So I go in the back room and there's something prying. We have some rotted siding. There's something prying at the rotted siding, trying to get into my back room. So I'm standing there and I'm like looking, thinking, okay, it must be like a raccoon or something, which is weird. It's the daytime. And all of a sudden I see a bear's head peek through the opening. And the best thing I can come up with was, you better get out of here. You know, and I said it about as confidently as I could. And luckily he got the hint and he started kind of walking away. But we live, you know, I'm in Newtown, Connecticut, and we live, you know, maybe 45 minutes from New York City. And we used to never have bears around here, and they're coming back. It's really good to see they're coming back. But boy, they are big creatures. Before we go forward, I just want to go back a little bit and show you guys, this is the first ratchet I ever bought. And I would have bought this, I'm guessing at some point from the mid to the late 80s. Back in the day when Sears was a bigger thing, you could go down to Sears and buy tool kits. So this is my 3/8 inch drive ratchet. I got it as part of a kit, and it has worked very well for me through the years. The next ratchet I acquired was this Williams ratchet, and I got this, my grandfather was an Oldsmobile mechanic, and after he had passed away at some point, we would have been going through the house, and I would have inherited these, and I honestly didn't really know much about tools, you know, back in those days, and I pretty much kept this in the basement, locked away for quite a while. And then what I did notice was when I started doing more repairs, this Williams has the rounded handle on it there with the knurling, and it's much more comfortable to grab. So I really like that. So to me, this is an evolution from the Craftsman model to the Williams. The next wrench I picked up would have been probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. I was wandering through Sears, and I found this flex head, and I really liked this flex head because it could help you get into more difficult spots. The other thing I like about this wrench is the fact that it's a little bit longer, gives you a little bit more torque. So you went from the Craftsman of my childhood to the new flex head, and I think you can see how much more leverage you get. And I don't work on new cars. I work on usually rusty old stuff, and leverage to me is always a good thing. So this was the next evolution. This one here is a 1/2 inch drive, but just for comparison's sake of the size. I had bought these 120 XP ratcheting box end wrenches, and I really do enjoy these wrenches. These make fixing stuff a pleasure, and this was the first thing I bought by Gearwrench. And you know, you can hear how fine, here, let me do this by my throat. You can hear how fine that is, how fine the teeth are. And I really do like the Gearwrench 120 XP stuff. So as I was out shopping this spring or you know, wandering the internet, I started watching videos about these 120 XP ratchets, and they have 120 positions. You hear how smooth that is? Now, when I initially looked at these, I was looking at a steel handle because I never tried. I don't know if Soft Grip is proprietary to one brand or Comfort Grip, but I've heard the term used, Comfort Grip, for these handles. So I figure, you know, I found a package where there was actually 2 of them. And let's see, I don't see a model number on here. Oh, 81204P. 81204P. So I found this online and I picked these up kind of just to see what they're all about. And I have to say, I absolutely love I love the comfort grip. I love the fine teeth, and I love the length. And I also love that you can change the position. Now this wrench does have a locking position on it. So it's, you know, the Craftsman one I showed you, I guess it does have some detents in there. I know Snap-on, I've seen videos of guys that do Snap-on reviews. Snap-on, you can get them with detents and without detents. Gearwrench possibly come the same way. For what I wanted, this is what I got. And again, I really do enjoy this wrench. And look at, you know, the difference between, you know, the wrench of my childhood. These are both 3/8 inch drive, and this Gearwrench. And you're talking longer for more leverage, the flex head for better access, the finer teeth, so you can turn the bolts, you know, without contorting, or you know, in tough spots you may not be able to turn the bolts with this Craftsman one, and the comfort grip, which it's weird. It seems like it's going to just get dirty and scuzzy, and it may. I really do like this comfort grip, you know, more than I do, you know, even the knurled ones or just the plain steel. I think from here on out, I'm a comfort grip kind of guy with my ratchets. So let's just put that down just to kind of give you guys a feeling for, you know, 3/8. We'll get this out. This is a 1/2 inch drive. But I mean, this wrench, for all intents and purposes, it's just you know, just under 14 inches long, and that's a lot of purchase when you're trying to break a bolt free. And the kit also comes with the quarter drive. So here's my Craftsman quarter drive I got back in the day from the same set, and then this is the Gearwrench quarter drive. Now, am I going to be trying to kill quarter drive bolts? Do I need, you know, an 18-inch long ratchet handle? No. But, you know, when you're breaking rusty stuff free, you can very easily and gently, you know, give it the pressure to break it free. The final ratchet I want to show you today is this 1/2 inch drive Gearwrench 81306P. And that is this guy right here. And, you know, after I had used the 120 XP ratchets with 120 positions, I really wanted to see if I could find this exact same ratchet, but just in a 1/2 inch drive. And unfortunately, Gearwrench does not make the comfort grip model with the 120 XP yet. You know, basically, they don't make the exact same ratchet as this in a 1/2 inch drive. I know there's some that are very close. So what I did is I ended up getting this guy, and this guy is, it's 120 XP, so it's very fine with the teeth. And listen to this. There's a lot of positions there. It's got the flex head on it. This one is locking. It's nice and long, so if we put it next to the ruler here, it's about 17 inches long, and it's also got the you know, the rounded handle, which is more comfortable. You know, Craftsman, I guess it didn't really matter. You're not turning this all day. But I watched a video by another mechanic who explained that the reason for the rounded handles and the comfort grip is because you're pulling on these all day, and this is not exactly what's the word? The best way to use your body. It's going to dig into your hands. So if you're using the wrench all day, that's why the rounded handles are much nicer. So this guy has the rounded handles as well. And I hope you're seeing, guys, this thing is built like a tank. Here's our Craftsman, and here's our Williams, and you know, this is a solid piece of steel. This head is going to break before you break the handle any day of the week. There's no way you're going to break this handle. I can't say no way. You could put a cheater bar on it with an oversized socket. So this is the next one, and I got to say to the Gearwrench engineers, and I have no doubt that this is coming down the pike soon, can you guys give me this wrench 24 inches long with a comfort grip handle? I feel like that would sell all day, every day. And I'm pretty sure Snap-on makes it. I'm pretty sure I've seen it on other guys' channels. I watch a channel called JC Smith Projects. And I'm pretty sure I've seen it on JC Smith. But give me the 120 XP, give me the flex head, give me 24 inches long with a comfort grip. And you know, I think you're pretty much gonna sell those all day, every day, because this is the tool to break loose your caliper mounting bracket. At least on my Dodge it is. You can get some serious torque on this puppy. And another, let's see, 17, what's that, 18, so another 7 inches. You know, this would turn into a breaker bar. I just wanted to show you these wrenches. I know some guys out there like me enjoy watching videos of people's opinions on the tools. And I really do like, you know, the 120 XP, these ratchets. So, you know, if you're looking for some, I'd give them a try. And of course, I will put some links in the description to the tools I've shown you here. But there's one more that I still do want to show you as well. And that's relating to a 3/4 drive ratchet. Over the winter, I picked up this Pittsburgh. It's a breaker bar, and this breaker bar, it's a 1/2 inch breaker bar, and this breaker bar is 24 inches long, pretty much the exact length that I would love to, I'd love to see the Gearwrench 1/2 inch in. And this also has the comfort grip. But I'll tell you, this comfort grip, it's kind of slippery. The Gearwrench, when you put your hand on it, you can really feel your hand grabs, whereas this one, my hand kind of wants to fly off of. So basically, a 120 XP head with that fine ratcheting, with the comfort grip, with a ratcheting head this size, I think would be an awesome tool to have. I mean, I would use it as a breaker bar. You know, you can replace the heads on those guys. So if you break the head, you know, for under 20 bucks, you can replace the guts. This wasn't really what I wanted to show you guys, but when I bought this, I got this because I thought I'd be using it as a breaker bar. But the problem when you use a breaker bar is that, you know, you can't ratchet it. So you're kind of stuck. And if you use a 12-point socket, you can move it. But there are situations where you just can't quite get your breaker bar exactly where you want it. Or if you do, you know, you're fiddling with it for a minute to get it just right. And that led me to get this guy here. And this is a 3/4 drive ratchet. It's by a company called Easy Red. And there's a model on it, it's MR34, and then there's an 18C. Easy Red MR34 18C. And I'd swear I've seen it on Amazon with different numbers as well. So this is just a 3/4 drive, coarse tooth ratchet. The ratchet itself is, it's 24 inches long. But the thing that this ratchet does, besides it's a pretty good workout, the thing that this ratchet does is you pull this back, and I've now given myself, am I on screen? A ratchet that is just under 40 inches long, this guy, okay? So we're just under 40 inches long. And the thing of it is you can use it like a breaker bar, but it ratchets as well. So you can just stick this puppy on and do what you need to do. And what I got besides that was a 3/4 to a 1/2 inch drive adapter. So I just pop that puppy on with my adapter, and I can use all my 1/2 inch sockets. So this, this one, I'm not going to call this a use all the time type thing, but boy, once you've loosened a bolt with a 3/4 inch drive ratchet extended to 40 inches compared to a 24 inch breaker bar, it's kind of nice. So this is another one that I'd recommend as well. And this guy I got on Amazon. It was easily under $100. Are you going to use this all the time? No. But when you use it, you're going to be like, wow, that's really cool. And this ratchet actually caused me to upgrade to getting some 3/4 sockets as well, because I love the power. The reason I got this was because I was watching a lot of videos of guys replacing their shock absorbers using these breaker bars and killing themselves. So I actually bought this with some 3/4 drive extensions, so I can take this outside the bed, the pickup bed, and loosen those bolts. I really like this ratchet, and in the next video we're going to talk about some Williams 3/4 socket sets I bought to use with this guy, because once you've used 3/4, you don't really want to go back. That's going to just about do it for today. And I am going to shamelessly leave links in the description or at the top of the comments to some Amazon links to pick this stuff up if you like it. Again, this is stuff nobody paid me to make these endorsements or talk about these tools. Just where I am for what I'm doing. This is the direction I headed, so if there's some similarities, you might want to look at them as well. And then one thing I do want to say about the 120 XPs, listen to that. Listen to how nice that sounds. One thing I do, these come lubricated, and I'm pretty sure the manufacturer is going to say use like a liquid lubricant. But what I do with my ratchets is there's just a couple, I think it's called a snap ring. There's a snap ring. You can pull this out, and then I just put some white lithium grease in there, just a little bit. And I'll tell you, the white lithium grease in a ratchet, it really quiets them down a lot. So if you get one and it doesn't sound this quiet, you might want to put some white lithium in there. You don't want to jam it so tight that it's like spilling out, when you turn it, but you just put a little bit on the gears in there, and it really makes a difference. And I will admit, the first time I took one of these apart, I was like, how am I ever going to get this back together? But just be patient. Don't do it when you need the wrench. Do it on an off weekend and give yourself some time, and you'll get it back together. So, all right, stick around for the next video where we're going to talk about some Williams 3/4 drive socket sets I got. And again, if you enjoyed the video, have a look in the description and pick up some of these tools. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon.